had friends tell me like, dude, I mean, even if they don't play at full force, they are definitely gonna win. So I'm like, yo, I mean, don't count out Falcons like that.
I mean, I think that the internet definitely has, the public court of opinion is leaning towards TL, and it would be such a big boost, not only in ego, but confidence for Falcon if they can just steal this game.
And we can see that TL is taking this very seriously. They're batting out the Fredrin because as strong as a Matilda is, there's not a lot of good combos when it comes to the jungle. And I feel like Boyet is the question mark because the rest of Team Falcons, I'm pretty sure Team Liquid is already quite familiar with them. Against Boyet, you know, I don't know if this is their first time meeting against each other on the international stage.
Well, regardless, getting him to show more is not going to be a loss at all. And already the Gatot Kacha, solid pick in the early game. It's one of my personal favorites as well. And when you're up against a team like TL, getting them a hero like this that can do so many things, defensive, aggressive, you know, AoE, team fight, pick off to a degree as well. It just gives you so many questions if you're on the side of Team Falcon.
I think my favorite part about the Gatot is the fact that he can just disengage you from fights and he can completely close off choke points, right? Which is really great on broken walls because now you can close off multiple choke points, especially when you're fighting in the jungle. One of the few benefits.
Troll also has a Hell Crit in his hero pool.
Oh, you're right.
Not sure if he wants to use it against Team Liquid, but hey, Cheese is pretty strong in the best of one. So now with the time running out, looks like they go for Valentina Sora. I think we saw this yesterday, but it did not work out. Which team was it again? But I'm pretty sure I've seen this yesterday.
Last time I saw it on duty, it was in Wildcards, and that's a strat, right? Pick up the Sora, make sure that there's no counter available with the Valentina. But you kind of show a lot of their tools early on.
It 100% happened yesterday because Sora lost that one. Wait, it's coming to me, it's coming to me, it's coming to me. They were good early, Oh, first game, Onyx against Busquets. Yeah, Busquets tried this out, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
It's not a bad opening, but I think, you know, the real question is how much do you truly believe in Sora's laning phase potential? And I think the TL at this point are like, Sanford, you got this, no problem. All you got to do is survive, and you will have a lot of relevance in these fights. And most of the time when we're seeing that Sora's played, they're leaning more into the Cloud form than they are into the Thunder form.
Yep.
For now, we'll see if that changes later, or maybe it's just like, there's just no situation where I need to clean up.
Well, unless you want to go and play an assassin style, there's no really any need to go for the other form, the Thunder form, if I'm correct. Yeah, the Cloud form just works so much better because you do have like crowd control immunity still, and they go for the Matilda.
Okay, now that's very interesting.
Could this be a Sora jungle?
I think the option is definitely there, and I feel like one of the reasons why they pick up the Matilda here is to kind of confuse Coach RC as much as possible, because there's a chance that Coach RC will ban out the other utility junglers in the pool, and then they just swap out the Sora for the jungle and then have a favorable matchup against this Phobius. Something like a CC, something like an Alice, maybe even go all the way back and using a high loss EXP to deal with this Phobius.
Arguably an X-Borg as well. There's a lot of different options that they can potentially play with. Ideally, as long as you're able to win that lane, that'd be great. Put him behind. But now we look at that second phase and Howie Burr, and he's like, nope, no Loyi. I'm not even gonna risk it. It's just not worth it.
At this point, even if you have a Selena, I'm like, you know what? There's always a chance. So I'm not gonna give you this Loyi.
No, definitely not. And technically, the Loyi also really works well. If Falcon are looking for this big dive composition, the Loyi, back then when it was still super meta, was also a great solution to dive comms just because you have the extra shielding, you knock people together with the yin-yang effect. So, by all means, it's a great value ban for Team Falcon.
Yeah, they ban out the Hayabusa, so there's a chance that Team Liquid, if it's open, they might have to go for Joy in terms of junglers that are still available, or they will go with something like a Suyo. We haven't seen the link, but we've heard people talking about it.
I mean, it's been in the works, it's coming down the grapevine, but so far, based on what we've seen, the Matilda is just frustrating to deal with, right? The amount of healing, the amount of shielding, I feel like, again, a lot of these bans, especially if you're going to be an assassin that can like spot mark a target, even better, ban that out. Force them on something mechanical, force them where they have to really have precise control if they want to catch their targets.
Oh man, so all the options here for Team Falcons. I'm wondering if there's any angle for the Sora to go gold, because we saw a bit of that in the Wildcards as a bit of a curveball, you know. So that could be an option because the gold options have been like taken away by TL, banning away that carry too.
Yeah, but now they're kind of showing their hand here. Sora will most probably go to the EXP because I feel like, was it Guangzhou Gaming, the one that brought Sora in gold?
With Owl?
And I think they won. Yeah, because I 100% know that Owl does play the Sora gold because I think he used it on the last day of Wildcards. But either way, right now, yes, they're showing their hand. The Akai is there, so no matter what, they need some kind of marksman in the gold lane because if they go for a fighter, I don't know if they have enough damage because no one from Falcon, arguably besides the Valentina, really has damage. Even Sora is more of a setup unless he just goes for the Thunder Form.
I would totally agree with that. Nolan here alongside with the Farsa from the side of Coach RC's Team Liquid.
I wonder if they want to go Obsidia.
That's what I was thinking as well, right? Now there's again, with the Claude, with the Phobias, there was already an argument for it, but I think with the Nolan on top of it, you have more than enough reason to actually try.
And it's a good source of DPS as well. And if they do go for it, then Falcon really has a lot to say on where and when they want to fight. They can engage and force TL into fights with the Mathilda, with the Sora, and then if things go south, heavy spin.
Yeah.
Like it or not, they need some kind of shred because this Phobius will be a problem. They don't have the damage profile to deal with it. Right? Valentina can deal damage, but he just keeps on healing it up. You need someone with DPS and more likely shred. If this hero cannot use a DHS, they're going to have a problem.
Oh, yeah. And even if they lock in something like
this hero does not use a DHS.
It doesn't use a DHS, but if he gets enough of a lead, then maybe it's not so bad. But at the same time, it's a very fine line. They're coin flipping this.
Yeah, but the thing is, Granger kind of loses in lane going up against a Claude. So I don't know how they're going to do it, especially considering you're going up against a Farsa.
That's a bit of a skill matchup. Well, level 1 is where it's predetermined. We'll see.
I think rotations are going to sway that lane in one way or the other. The Granger, though, again, a lot more like bursty in a sense. So if Team Falcons want to really get a bit of a lead here, they gotta try and get so many ganks over to the Granger.
The reason I kind of don't like it, we already saw a Granger earlier, and we saw the amount of damage that he did, which is not really. And no one else from the team really has damage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the third game of the day. It's going to be Falcon going up against Team Liquid. This time, this is for the 1-0 bracket. So winning this one gets you one game away from actually qualifying, and that one pushes you down to the 1-1. Welcome to the land of Dawn here. I just want to see whether Falcons actually has enough damage or not.
Let's see. As the minions have already spawned and all the players are heading over to their lanes. The starting side, they're going to be starting on similar sides of the map. Purple start for Carl Teasy on the opposite side, Boyette on his orange buff. The mid lane is where we're going to see a lot of these movements actually come from, right? Because I think that's the thing about Matilda. You're not there to be like, oh, I make the super gank happen, but I am there to pull you out of bad situations or save you from hostage scenarios.
When the advantage of going the Obsidia over the Granger is also that extra bit of crowd control, and considering that Team Falcons are very ultimate reliant, I feel like they're going to struggle as well, trying to keep like Oheb or Carl Teasy in the fight and instead of just getting in and out. So we'll see how they deal with that problem later on.
Yeah, I don't mind being proven wrong, but I really just want to see it first. Now looking at the emblem setup here, hold on, before that, looks like Gold might be in trouble.
Just like that.
He just
walked up and took it.
But he had flicker.
Yeah. No. As a roamer, it's faster for you to come back into the game if you just die at that point.
That's true. That's true.
Anything below 90 seconds, it's not worth it to use your battle spell. Just die. If you're a mid, fine. But if you're a roamer, it's like, getting gold anyways. I only die for like, what, 2 seconds? It's not enough time for the roamer passive to take anyways.
Also true. But even so, that first blood, huge for Sanji to kind of get himself ahead in terms of like item progression compared to Coffin. And I think that's going to be a really big deal if he gets that Lightning Truncheon first. Well, he might go for a Genius one. Who knows?
A gang attempt here in the mid lane. Yeah, I want to try and get Sanji under control. TL Sanji. Because again, the Farsa can roam so efficiently. And right now, at level 4, which team really has the advantage? Because in a continuous fight, I feel like TL might actually do okay.
Oh, Sanford already using the flicker, and I feel like with Akai, you're more favored around the turtle. Because hold on, Sanji doing a lot of damage on Sanford.
Yeah, they should just go for this kill onto Sanford so far. The Revitalize from JP saves his life. He's buying a little bit of time, doesn't get his passive off. And now JP has to back away. Teasy trying to look for a trade, yet survives. Magic Worship, okay, the shield comes just in time. And now, as they make sure, no lethal ignition to worry about. And the taunt, no, it's too late. Boyette takes it, finds the first turtle and kills Daddy JP alongside it.
I was about to say Falcons made a mistake. They should 100% just go for the turtle, but they still got it. So, hey, not punished.
Not punished. And Sanji's walking away with 2-0 in his lane. Oh, wait, hold on.
Whoa.
Matilda Airlines already coming through. Carl survives, and Oheb making sure that Troll takes the punishment, forces the flicker. Here's Sanji in trouble now as we see that Coffin is able to find it on his own.
Yo,
That was
Falcons.
That was hot.
We thought there might prove to be a problem in the macro department, in the cheese department, but in pure execution, a red tree win, almost a 1v1 outplay. Dude, Falcons are online.
They are online and they're going to keep on going. JP spots out the information. Purple buff once again being taken by Boyette. On the opposite side though, Teasy doesn't seem like he's been able to find, or just a little bit short on that last hit.
they're going on JP right now.
He should be okay, right?
Akai actually does do quite a lot of damage as a utility jungler, but yeah, looking at the items that's been built, having the Molten Essence on the Akai kind of does help out just a little bit when it comes to the early game here, because again, their draft really does not have a lot of damage. But if Cuffin continues to play the way that he's been playing, it looks like there won't be that big of a problem because he does have that Feather S-Strike.
I think their mid-trio is walking around really, really well for the side of Team Falcons. I'm just trying to figure out whether or not Team Falcons is eventually going... Where's the conversion, right? Who are they going to eventually give the golden EXP to? Are they looking towards that Granger side, or might as well double down on Sanji since he already has 2, right?
I think in theory it should still be the Granger, and so far they haven't been doing that. Even the gold buff earlier was taken by Boyette. So the gold buff advantage that the Granger usually enjoys, Sano isn't really benefiting from, but he does have the Sky Piercer, and a fight might come through here.
They're looking for an opportunity, but Sanford is making sure that he does not get caught. Unsure who got that one, but it looks like Team Liquid, they are thinking of contesting for this one, but you got to be careful. Cuffin does have the boss on its side.
Oh man, the heavy spin is also a big worry. Sanji still fighting against Sanford, and Teasy actually joins in and shows himself with Matilda on top of him. So around, oh wait, they actually double down on towards Sanford's side. They know it's like fighting him through the mud. Teasy wins out on the turtle take as Sanford has done his job. Flickers away. Oh no! Gets pulled halfway across the world, and now the heavy spin comes on through to try and keep them underneath the turret. Sanford cancels it out, but it's too late. He's got backup from Sanji. Feathered airstrike stolen by Cuffin to turn things around, and now Troll and Boyette on the run as Cuffin must clean this fight up from JP and Sanji. Troll still playing in a hell of a game, making sure. Forcing out the AOG. Didn't know that the interaction worked like that, but either way, they still survive.
Team Liquid won a lot for that one, because put this into perspective. Teasy got the turtle, went all the way down bot, killed Sado, kill goes over to Oheb, and then takes the jungle, both the green one as well as the buff. Team Liquid just like, I mean, like, if you want to fight, sure. Carl's just farming up.
He's farming hard. And I think the best part about why Team Liquid is 1-0, hold on, Feather Ash already coming out to the turn, making sure that Daddy JP is going to be able to get out scot-free. He doesn't have his AOG back up yet.
Yeah, and again, the scaling, I just want to see if they have enough damage, because at this point, Carl will eventually become a problem because he's farming up much faster compared to Boyette. And after this, Boyette has to be less stingy about his ult.
Oh wow, again, huge damage onto him, and Boyette able to take him out with the help of a couple of ticks of the heavy spin and Troll. He doesn't mind going down, but he's already got the Flask of Oasis. If he can survive, that'd be great, but Teasy puts the banhammer on him. Nothing gets past him.
But there's some moves here from Team Falcons to try and throw a curveball, to try and get something. But overall, Team Liquid, even if they don't really have the kill advantage right now, because of how efficiently they're rotating around the map and leaving fights, they don't mind seemingly losing the fight a little bit if it means they get greater benefits afterwards through farms, through rotations. And you can see the advantage 2K.
Yeah, right now for Team Falcons, they can do something here if they can get a cash. The question is who they're going to cash, because Troll so far has been very proactive and Carl just keep taking all this farm. Team Liquid, they're pretty okay with the movements going up against Team Falcons here.
Yep, I think they figured out that Team Liquid has figured out what Falcons, how they want to rotate, and they're doing it consistently, which is great, because now that Team Liquid has adjusted and Feather Airstrike already out to put Sano out of the fight, he's not going to be coming back in here. Oh! Loses 50% of his HP to the Classical Oasis, does trigger, and now Sanford is holding on to 3 members as Oheb is blasted down Sano, and now wait, JP getting involved, Heavy Spin comes on through, doesn't get the cancel in time! Somebody needs to help him, but JP and Sanford hold strong. AOD comes through from Daddy JP, but it's not enough as even a fracture doesn't secure the kill.
Big back and forth right there. TL with the overwhelming win, but JP, that was a very deep AOG after the fight. Oh, easy!
Oh my god, what do you even do against that? And now Sanji in the Thunder form doesn't even get enough hits to actually get his ult off. Sanji walks away for free.
Yeah, Sanji just played fair by staying inside of the terrain.
And be like up over the terrain.
Yeah, it's like can you hit a wall? No, you can't. Oh well, I'm good.
Too bad.
But yeah, I gotta say, I don't know how Sanford was able to actually get out of that one, because I saw the final moments. I don't know how he managed to get a mark on whoever was outside of the fight and able to get all out of there. But that was very impressive. And then now Carl almost 2,000 ahead. And Akai usually doesn't care, but also just shows that Carl's just dominating at this. Whoa.
Oh, Sanji now in trouble. Oh, Boyette, he misses the body slam. Oh, no. They start backing away. Troll in trouble. They only sacrifice him to minimize the damage. Even Sanji wasn't able to find that big engagement. At least for Team Liquid, Sanji, Farsa managing to flicker out just in time before things got dangerous.
That was infuriating. You got the catch, and then Sanji just avoided it in a way that you did not expect, and then flies away.
It's an ankle break. Just plain and simple. They thought he was going to go a different way, and he just, in the split second, decides, you know what? They wouldn't see this one coming, and gets out of the way. Now with the Blood Wings, it's going to be a lot more difficult for Team Falcons to catch him as well. And look at the structural advantage, man. TL have so many ways to rotate.
Whoa! AOG finally coming in between the mid 2 and 3. They go even further as Troll's trying to sustain, making sure that Boyette lives. Unfortunately, with Sano in the back, he is just cutting the front line forward and forward and forward as JP walks back in with the help of Stanford, and they manage to take out Matilda. Oheb comes through with a blazing duet too, and that's just going to be enough to set them back to square one.
Again, where's the damage? That's all I'm asking. If they do not have the damage profile to deal with Sanford. The only time Sanford dies is when he's 1v5.
Well, they've been trying to skirt around that by jumping on Sanji, jumping on Oheb, and making sure that they have all the time in the world to deal with Sanford. But the thing is, now Sanji is just surviving again and again. Team Falcons has shown their hands so early on. The Matilda-Akai combo, the TL is seeing it coming from a mile away, but look at this!
Oh my god, they found another one. A heavy spin right on top of Oheb. He is just taking it all. The blazing duet through it all! Let's the Filipino sniper live through death itself! Unstoppable as an engagement comes in from Sanji's side. He's looking to alter things in the present. Double kill coming in from Sano. Hopefully he doesn't get reset here. They need to find another time to fight.
I'm sorry for kicking a dead horse, but that's all the proof I need that they do not have enough damage. You caught the Claude. He just ults and literally stands there doing nothing.
He healed up.
Yeah, that's how strong the revamped fighter emblem is. Instead of giving spell vamp, it gives the hybrid lifesteal, and Claude just loves that.
He loves it.
The buff towards Demon Hunter Sword as well. A lot of heal.
Way too much healing.
So ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And now they're going for even more. Oheb is playing on a tightrope. Same goes for Carl Teasy. Both of them. Oh my goodness. He knew it was going to come, and he baits it out of Boyette. Oheb, he's going to try one more time. He's trying to get a reaction out of them. Every single time he BMIs out of there. This tightrope act, it's got to play a huge mental strain on Team Falcons.
You see that, and now if you're Team Falcons, every single time you see an opportunity, it's in the back of your mind. What if this is a bait? What if they're just waiting for me to waste my resources? And that's the last thing you want to have happen against a team like TL, dude. They will outmaneuver you mentally, and they're still going for a bit of a siege here.
Yeah, right now, Team Liquid They're going to hold on. They're jumping on Sano.
I mean, they tried, but Sano manages to flicker out and cut enough distance. Boyette is looking at that mid tier 1, and Sanford, he's finally down. Team Liquid took a risk, and it did not work out in their favor. Team Falcons bought themselves an extra 4 minutes.
The way that Sanford is playing is basically like, I know I'm not going to get MVP, so I'm just going to buy time and you guys get something.
I wonder if that was intentional, because he drew everyone. They saw the AOG along with the with Sanford walking into the base, and on the bottom side, that's just called easy getting that far side base tower for free. That could have been intentional.
It's a micro adjustment from Boyette specifically, right? Because if Boyette joined that top side, they would have lost their mid inhibitor almost straight away. So again, it's all about that push and pull, and I think that Liquid is just more aware. But Team Falcons, they're slowly getting it. They're like, okay, these are the signals that they're looking for as well.
Yeah, Sanji knows Boyette is there. Yep, there you go. There you go. At this point, it's not even surprising.
It's not. It's
telegraphed
not.
so hard. At this point, Sanji is emailing into them.
Man, dude. They even like forced the flicker from Team Falcons themselves. Look at Cartesi positioned to go for an assassination.
They actually make it work. I mean, Sanford is going to start baiting, and now the AOG into the back to catch Sano initially. Cartesi's at least able to find one, but Sanji on the opposite end, outmaneuvered by Cartesi. Oheb now just slowly gunning away at Boyette. He can go forward and blazing duet as well. Flickers forward, locks himself in the corner, gets back out because Sano didn't react in time.
Even if it did not enough damage, I really do not like this Granger against this kind of lineup coming in from Team Liquid. Now 10k ahead, and Sanji's just showing Cuffin. You know, like, oh, you curled me, that was cute, now I'm gonna do it to you.
Stolen. Once again, Stolen Feather Airstrike, just buying them some time. Precious seconds as another wave is about to crash. They want to deal with the top side, and they don't mind the wave pushing in from bottom.
Well, right now, the Feather Airstrike trying to zone them away. Carl's gonna be careful. And Sanji, I guess the late game is probably the weakest point for Sora, because you don't have enough damage to execute like 1v1, and you don't have enough sustain to actually get everyone. Oh, hold on, Boyette misses it.
I mean, tries with a heavy spin to kind of buy some time, disrupt the upcoming waves. They know that the Lord is coming, and they know for a fact that the top tier 3 is going to fall. JP with the AOG already down. They're still waiting. Boyette, he does not have his ult just yet. Cuffin with the Stolen Feathered Airstrike will try and buy some time. Sanji himself responds with his own artillery. The waves are being managed very well as Team Falcons have no inhibitors, and now Sanford gets into the middle of the fight. Engagement coming in from the side of Sanji, only finds 2. It's not enough as JP takes him out, and now the rest of the Falcons are forced underneath as we see Team Liquid close out the game. GG, well played.
Congratulations to Team Liquid, and again, this is expected. But we gotta say, Team Falcons put up a very strong fight, but as predicted, this kind of draft, with all the patch changes, just does not deal enough damage. Cuffin tried his very best to deal the damage, and he did quite well, but you know that for Team Liquid, this is probably the easiest game for them to choose their target. Sano was a non-factor the entire game.
He was, and I think, you know, the way that they played overall, there were moments in there where you see that TL were realizing, wait a minute, we're a lot more even than we thought. People are walking away with a sliver of health.
And they couldn't do anything afterwards, because again, the only way they can engage is big ultimates and very telegraphed ultimates. It happened like twice maybe. Afterwards, TL just saw it coming a mile away, and they didn't even get close, dude. Towards the end there, Sano had like 5 items. And I guess to prove Lofel's point, it just wasn't enough.
It really
I would just say...
Oheb was just pulling the panda, dude. I don't know if that's legal.
Yeah. No, I feel like Granger is a good hero, but it's the wrong tool for the job. They need shred, and Granger is not a shredder. He's a finisher, his burst,
his poke.
But Team Liquid, their draft does not like die to burst. Their comp does not really die towards poke, because again, they kind of do it a little bit better. So I really feel like it is more on the draft, but now we're throwing it over onto the stage where we're talking to Carl as well as Oheb with Brigida.
Thank you so much, casters. And once again, after a very successful win, we have from Team Liquid Philippines, can we give it up for Baby Cakes? We had to say it. We had to say baby cakes. Okay, Carl, TZ, and Oheb, welcome to the stage. I have some questions for you guys. So, we all know how busy it has been. After season 16, you've had a lot going on in Team Liquid. So, how are you managing everything so far? How do you stay composed? And how do you stay, let's say, motivated, even despite everything that's going on?
I think it's just sacrifice. Because we sacrificed our holidays just to practice and just to be prepared for M7.
I see, I see. Okay. So I have another question for the both of you. So all of these questions have to be for both of you because again, we're talking about baby cakes. So both of you have world titles under your names. So I want to ask, what makes M7 different from all that or from all those world titles you already have? So what's different about M7?
Yeah.
I think because of the meta and I think how complicated ML is right now. Because before it's like just brawl meta and right now there's a lot of micro and macro mechanics in the game and it's really hard to win.
I see. Okay, so during those times you had these world championships, you weren't together just yet. You weren't playing together just yet. Okay, we didn't have baby cakes yet. But is it better now that you're fighting in M7 together as teammates?
Yeah,
I want to hear from both of you, okay?
Yeah, I think this is a much better version because in M4 we both got into the finals and yeah, we're winning. That's why I think it's very good.
Okay, Carl?
Yes, also the same for me because we're winning.
Okay, so it seems like you really like each other's company and the fans are very happy to hear that from both of you. So thank you so much to Carl, TZ, and Oheb. Congratulations once again on your win. And now it's time that we throw it back to our casters.
Thank you very much, Brigida, and it's nice to see their perspective saying that now it's not really super brawly. Now you actually have to introduce a bit of macro into the game. And they say it makes it hard to win. Sure. Cute story, bro.
I mean,
Cute story.
maybe they planned to say that before, right?
Or
But
maybe
after
they-
that game,
or
I don't
maybe
know
they-
if they should have stuck with
Or
that
maybe,
script.
maybe they were saying it to their opponents. It's hard to win, isn't it?
Oh no.
Yes, no way.
There's no real world. There's no real world where I see, Team Liquid not coming out with their PR statements, just being chill about it, being humble about it, more times than they probably should be. But generally speaking, I think that at least from what we saw, Falcons, they at least had an idea coming into the game. They had a plan coming through, but the adaptability was very obvious for Team Liquid, right? They saw the plan 2 times. They figured out where to start attacking.
And I really feel like now we're starting to see one of the problem is the marksman hero pool ain't that great now. Because we only see Claude carry. Obsidia from RX only. Other than that, nothing much.
I was thinking maybe like Ixia potentially. I don't know. I'm waiting to see if there is more to the meta than what we've seen here today. And our MVP obviously going over the Sanji. I think there's no doubt about this. We can all easily agree that he was just playing a good game.
He was playing a different game. Like, he wasn't playing Farsa. He was playing like Catch Me If You Can or something like that, man. Like he wasn't actually in the Land of Dawn properly.
He's the bird that you're trying to kill with the stone. He's like, can't touch it.
Dude, like there's like one bird who lives like near your house, and every morning you're trying to sleep in, and it's like ah, and you're like, bro, please, please.
He's a rage baiter.
He is. I mean, we'll see it in the highlights, probably in the latter half of the highlights when he's just dodging the body slam into heavy spin. He's emoting on them as well.
Even in the early game, there were some moments here where it seemed like Falcon had something going on. So credit to them, right? They had a plan, like you mentioned. It just, and we, to their credit, also agree that the draft was somewhat okay. It was just the goal thing that we really disagree with. Overall, it's quite impressive.
I agree that it's extremely
At least Cuffy can
impressive.
say like he kind of won that 1v1.
Kind of.
He did kind of win that one.
Look at this.
But I think the biggest difference between Falcons alongside with TL is that TL, yes, there are a lot of decisions.
No.
And
They just stood in it.
yeah, they all stood in it.
Wait, I didn't see the last two be
Yeah.
blocked into it.
He healed up to full.
Oh my.
No.
Look, it happens to the best of us. We all make mistakes. And I think for the Falcons, this is something that they're definitely going to learn from. But at the very
Okay, you know what?
least...
I'm gonna be more upset if you look at the items and they have no life bane at all, no anti-heal.
No, they definitely got
I
it.
think they got it. There's a Sea Halberd
Okay.
on Sano.
Yeah.
That I remember.
Okay,
But everyone else, I'm not so sure.
and that makes squad even more scary. Even if you cut that by half and it's that much, you gotta put it into perspective. That was half of what he's supposed to do, and it's still that much.
That was like at 4 items. I think he had a Windtalker by that point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yeah, or...
But still, like, yo, what is that healing, my guy?
It is crazy. I think that Team Liquid, again, happy with the win, of course, and they want to qualify as soon as possible so they don't have to reveal what else they have in the playbook, right? 15-9, the final score. 15 minutes, unironically, the fastest game we've had in our session here today. Could be faster. We'll see later on.
Oh boy. So I guess in this meta where like the fighters are somewhat there in the meta, the Claude becomes this weird hybrid because you have abilities, you have AoE, you have some mobility tools, and you can sustain like that, you know? I think Gideon, you were the one highlighting how, like, you know, depending on the emblem combinations, this Claude just operates differently. It's more tankier than usual. Or was it LaFell?
LaFell, the revamped fighter emblems. Now
Right.
it's going over to...
It's a Malaysian.
Yeah, it was.
You're the same guy.
Yeah. Because right now, most of the goal laners, well, I say most, really just carry a Claude. They're using the fighter emblem because that change really opens up to a lot. Because I feel like Moonton wanted that direction to be basic attack fighters. But then Marksman's like, we're basic attack. If you look at it differently, we're kind of fighters.
We're kind of fighters.
So we can use it too.
We're kind of forced to be fighters.
Yeah.
Everyone's all up close and personal. There's no range here.
Yeah. No,
And the thing is, yeah, I kind of feel like maybe if Boyette had a Dominance Ice as well, maybe they could have gotten it on him, but I don't know. That's a what-if scenario.
it really is a what-if scenario, and I don't think it would have helped him too much at the end of the day, because really it's like for, at most, 2 guys.
Yeah.
And one of those 2 guys, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it's a tough game.
I really feel like after that moment, that's where like both teams like understood. Like for TL, it's like, oh, we got this, and then for Falcons, it's like, oh no, you know, because at that point, if you are playing Claude, right, and you get jumped on, fully channel heavy spin, and you come up with full HP, dude, the game's over.
And you kill
like,
them.
You don't have to like, what even is there to do, you know?
He's just like,
Dude,
like, I win by doing nothing.
Yeah.
they just stood there menacingly, dude.
It would have been so funny if he literally put down the phone, whipped out his personal phone,